Alright, hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are playing some Dnf Duel, and the character we will be going over is Striker. Now luckily, ran into a Ranger player, and the Ranger-Striker matchup is heavily in Striker's favor. So that'll make things a little bit easier for me in terms of winning this, but yeah, no, I'm excited for this. I am a Ranger main myself. And as a Ranger main, you know, I have a bias against Striker. I feel that Striker can get away with a lot of stuff that she shouldn't be able to get away with. But that's just my personal opinion from fighting so many Strikers that know what they're doing and know how to take advantage of this matchup, because Striker can really make Ranger hurt. He can really make his day hard. So it's very, my bias against Striker is very high. You know, in all honesty, if they were to delete this character from the game, I would not mind it at all. I really would not. But, no. I guess basically what we're going to be talking about in this video is how Striker plays. I am dead. How Striker plays and stuff, and how... A big topic right now in the DNF community is Striker's placing in the tier list, basically. Some people think Striker's still top 3, some people think she's bottom 3. I think the more popular choice is that she's actually mid-tier, but yeah, I figured why not make a video about this, considering I am Striker's biggest hater, and figure out, you know, where does she belong on the tier list? What is fair? Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to have a different opinion on this. So, my opinion is not the definitive opinion. It probably never will be. Shouldn't be. But, yeah, I figured it'd be fun to kind of see what I can come up with and see what your guys' opinions are. So, make sure to leave down below in the comments what you guys think about Striker in this game and about where she ranks in terms of the tier list, if she's high tier, low tier, mid tier, if she's overrated, underrated, you know, all the good stuff. I am dead again. Oh, no, wait, not yet. I will happily block. I have no issues with that. I should have kept blocking instead of rolling. But, yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, this Striker gameplay will not be high level. I will try my best, though. Yeah, basically, before the patch, I think it was fair to say, in my opinion, Striker was top 3. And I feel like most people would agree with this. Pre-patch, Striker was top 3. But now it's been about 2 months, almost about 2 months now, with the new Grand Balance patch that they did. And things are still a little iffy on terms of who is where on the tier list. There's still some new stuff being discovered every week and stuff about characters, about what they can do, how to change matchups and stuff, so it's not easy to like say definitively like, oh, okay, this person is actually low tier, this person is actually high tier and stuff like that. You know, it's not as easy to say that. But I know quite a bit of Striker players. A lot of my DNF friends are Striker players, so I'm kind of taking what they said as well into consideration for this. And I'm gonna say, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I should have ulted. Can't believe I'm about to say this, but Striker is not top 3 in this game. I would even go as far to say she's not top. I think it's arguable that she's top 5. I think it's arguable that Striker's still top 5 in this game. But with all the new buffs and stuff that came out in this last patch, she definitely got power crept quite a bit. Her and Hitman definitely got power crept a lot. And I don't want to say she's unviable, because that is what some people have been saying, that she's not viable anymore. And they're saying, one of the reasons why people are saying she's not viable is because there's not many Striker players that are like making it out of big majors and stuff. Like at Frosty's, there was no, oh fuck, I thought he was going for throw. At Frosty's, there was no Striker that made it out of top 48. And I really don't. I understand why people say that like character placement matters at tournaments to determine like what their tier list is, because like if a character is constantly like top 80 at tournament and stuff with different people playing them, then it's obvious that the fucking character's high tier, you know? That's why so many people are using them. But I really feel like that doesn't apply to DNF as much, especially for the whole Frosty thing, for 2 reasons, and that is, 1, Frosty's was first to 2 all the way until, what was it, top 3 or top 8? I don't even know if top 8 was first to 3. It might have been just the last, like, top 3, loser finals, winner finals, and grand finals. I'm not exactly sure on that, I don't remember, but I remember that was a big contention for a lot of people, Frosty's being. So, oh shit, I didn't know what to do there. Oh fuck. But Frosty's not being first to 3 and whatever. So, it's just like, if that's the case, then why are we worried? If a lot of people say that in first to 2 DNF, it's very easy to not get good results, but like, people don't have time to adapt in a first to 2 rather than like a first 3, because with how quick DNF games can end due to this game kind of being like a 1-touch, 2-touch usually, especially at a high level gameplay. So there's not exactly time to adapt your game plan for a specific player and such. So that's one reason why a lot of people were upset about it being first to 2. And it's just like, well, if that's the case, wouldn't you think that maybe that is one of the reasons why a lot of Striker players didn't make it out of top 48? Because they didn't have time to adjust. Because as strong as Striker is, she has a lot of difficulties having to adapt to other players, if that makes sense. Because in DNF, there's a lot of characters, almost every character in the game has just huge attacks, you know, just huge buttons, attacks that go mid-screen, full screen, stuff like that. And a lot of those attacks aren't easy to punish some of the times. And it's just like, Striker is one of the few characters in this game that doesn't have a button like that. He doesn't have a huge, you know, this takes up half the screen, you have to block it type of button, kind of like Rangers, 5A, 5B. I mean, you gotta block those full screen, you can't just back up away from them. You got Launcher with some of her mana skills, the laser, Hitman's 5MS, takes up half the screen. Crusader has some huge buttons. Inquisitor Jump MS takes up quite a bit of the screen. There's so many attacks that just like cover so much space. And Striker, Grappler, neither of these characters have those type of things, you know? They have to get in, and that is always the main issue with them nowadays, is that they struggle to get in, especially with a lot of the balance patches that came out. Made it harder for them to get in. Now they do have stuff that makes it easier for them to get in, such as Striker can like cancel her 6S with dashes now and stuff like that. Like this move right there, like look how quickly that closed in. But that can also easily be abused at the same time, so it's not exactly a foolproof strategy for Striker players. So so far in this matchup, I haven't been struggling too much to be getting in. But that's because this Ranger isn't exactly playing Zone Me Out. He's kind of keeping me in the mid-range area, but so far I haven't been struggling to get in. But you watch like pro level gameplay, the Strikers are constantly being put full screen or mid-screen, having to try to avoid these big normals from other characters, and it's just like, it can be a nightmare for Striker players to get in. And then another reason why people have been saying that Striker is not as good as some people make her out to be is because of the fact that a lot of her buttons, almost all of her skills are actually negative, except for the 1-inch punch. And it's like, yeah, if you don't have the 1-inch punch, then you're just going to be negative, and people can take advantage of that, you know? So that is one argument that people have been making. Oh, the grab didn't work. I thought I was smart with that. Yeah, that's one argument people have been making. So it's like, Striker has a bunch of minor issues. I don't know if minor is the right issue, but like getting in, being negative on a bunch of her attacks, and then apparently she had a guard break combo pre-patch, like a not a guaranteed, but like it was a really good guard break setup. Can't do that anymore because of the increased guard meter, and also just characters have some of the stuff that's been changed for characters that can roll out of it now, like thanks to frame 1 reversals, hurting a lot of Striker setups. So it's interesting to see a character that I struggle with a lot, mainly due to my main. But it's interesting to see just how much the opinion on Striker is so swayed, because despite all this, there's still many people that say, oh, you know, this character's brain dead, you still are just able to get away with whatever you want, and it's just Striker players complaining that they're just not as broken as they were before, or they're not as strong as they used to be before. But they're still top 3. Like, that seems to be like a consensus that's going around. There's some people that say, no, you guys just don't realize how badly Striker has it. She's actually like almost bottom 3 in this game is what some people have said. Low tier. I haven't seen anyone call Striker the worst character in the game yet. This person just keeps throwing me. I'm not able to throw after that. Damn. Okay, yeah, I need to quit dive kicking like that. Dive kicking like that's just getting me thrown. But, yeah, it's just interesting just how much the general opinion on Striker has changed as of late. You know? I really do feel like this is more of like a past month thing. Like, within the first month of the patch, I felt like most people still thought, oh, you know, Striker's pretty strong. Still top 3 or maybe top 4. But now, this past month, I feel like that opinion has been declining more and more, and now it's just like a big topic in the DNF community exactly about how good Striker actually is.
Phew, I was almost late, wasn't I? You can draw your guns first. Just
like, off the top of my head, I think I would have to say that, like, I guess we'll do it on a per character basis, or per number basis. So, in my opinion, best character in the game right now, I think it's Crusader. I think it's fair to say Crusader is the best character in the game. With number 2 being Berserker. I think it's fair to say that those 2 characters right now are the 2 best characters in the game. And the reason why Berserker, I know some people will say Berserker is number 1, but the reason I'm kind of hesitant to put Berserker at number 1 is because of the fact that his gameplay revolves around killing himself. So it takes a really good player to manage that correctly, because that's not something that's easy to manage, is your health in those Berserker combos. So you still need a really good awareness of that. And Crusader, I feel like, can get that same amount of damage that Berserker gets without having to worry about killing himself. You know? So I feel like that's the main thing that's keeping me with putting Crusader over Berserker. In terms of number 3, I would say for number 3 right now on the roster, I think it's fair to put either Kuno or Hitman in that spot. I think both of those characters are still really good. I know Hitman didn't exactly get any buffs, or any crazy buffs in the last patch, and Kuno didn't get anything too crazy either, but I mean, even before the patch, those 2 characters were super good regardless, so I think it's still fair to say that they are up there. So that's 3 and 4. In terms of number 5, though, this is where it gets interesting, at least in my opinion. Because number 5 is, who would you put at number 5? I know with recently, with Frosty happening, and Kubo winning the entire thing, and he won the entire thing playing as Grappler. I know some people have been putting Grappler higher on their tier list for that reason. But in my opinion, the Frosty win was more of just how good of a player Kubo is rather than Grappler. 'Cause I think Grappler is still low tier, like low middle tier. I do not think Grappler is that great of a character yet in this game, so I give that more to just how good of a player Kubo is rather than Grappler actually being good. So I wouldn't put Grappler as my number 5. Ghostblade has been doing pretty well recently, but I don't know. I could see an argument for Ghostblade at number 5, but I don't think I would put him there. I think the best person to put at number 5 would probably be Troubleshooter. And in all honesty, Troubleshooter could possibly even go above Kuno. Troubleshooter could easily be number 4. I don't think I would put Troubleshooter above Hitman yet, just because Troubleshooter's frame data is still the best compared to Hitman's. And the damage, while Troubleshooter can put out a ridiculous amount of damage, Hitman is also capable of doing that. Granted, it has to be an awakening, but still, he is still more than capable of putting out a huge amount of damage, so I don't think it's fair. Oh, that was a nice DP. I don't think it's fair to really give Troubleshooter this number 3 spot over Hitman. I really think Hitman is still top 3. He's barely hanging in there. I could see an argument for Hitman being top 4 or 5, but for my personal opinion, Hitman is still top 3. I think he still earns that spot pretty, not easily, but I think he deserves that spot still. So that rounds out our top 5. And I think Striker is top 6. Top 6, maybe 7. Depends on who you really want to put above her. But for as many issues that Striker apparently has, I really do think she's still top 6 in this game. Like, she's still really good up close. She still has great combos. You can 2-touch with Striker. I've seen Striker players get 50% off round start, which is insane. It's like a BNB for them, basically. Striker still has, in my opinion, it's a great DP. I know a lot of people don't. I know a lot of Striker players complain about the DP because of its limited range, but being able to cancel into other moves off the DP is so underrated. I feel like that is such a good thing in this game, especially, that I feel like Striker players just sometimes just try to underplay a little bit. But yeah, Striker still has great tools. Up close, she still has really good pressure. She can still put out damage like a madman, especially in Awakening. I've seen people TOD. Oh shit, I should not have done that. I've seen people still TOD with Striker, so despite everything, she's still a good character at the end of the day. Has her issues. She's not top 3 anymore, that's for sure, but I really do think it's fair to say she is top 6, borderline top 5. The other people that could possibly compete with her for the 6th spot would probably be like Ghostblade, Vanguard, Enchantress. Oh no, not Enchantress. There, I take that one back. But yeah, Ghostblade, Vanguard. I know some people still have Ranger that high up, but I think Ranger is more like a top 8, top 9 character. Yeah, I think top 6 is definitely the fairest place to put Striker, and that's like, if we take in my personal bias, if I'm taking into account my personal bias, the Striker's top 4, maybe even top 3. But putting my personal bias aside as much as I can, because I still, like, even though I try to think like, okay, don't think about how you don't like Striker, try to keep it fair, my bias is still there in the back of my mind. So that's why, even though some people might say like top 8 or top 9, I still think Striker's top 6, borderline top 5. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Striker is still a damn good character in this game. I don't believe any of the stuff from some people saying that she's one of the worst characters in this game. I think that's a huge over-exaggeration. I know some people say it jokingly, which is perfectly fine, but there are some people who seriously believe that Striker is almost the worst character in this game, and I think that's ridiculous to say that. I really do think it is, because she still has great tools in this game that really matter, especially in this game specifically, because in this game there's just certain stuff that if you have, it can just instantly elevate your character quite a bit. And I think Striker has a lot of those factors with her. And being able to combo off your DP is fucking insane, and I feel like that is, like I said earlier, I feel like it's downplayed by strikers sometimes, but yeah, overall, I think top 6 is perfectly fair to give her. I really do think top 6 is fair to give her. I don't know how many people would agree with that. I don't know if people would get upset by that, but like I said earlier, make sure to leave your guys' thoughts and comments below. I want to hear from you guys, whether you're Striker players or whether you're not Striker players, what you think this character is on the tier list, or just in the game in general. Also, I want to hear what you guys think about the character itself. Do you guys think it's fun to play Striker? Guys, how do you feel about playing against her? Like, playing against Striker, like, it's annoying, but it's only annoying to me because I'm the Ranger, and that is the worst matchup we have in this fucking game. So that's the main reason I don't like her. But I like playing Striker. Striker is actually super fun to play as. One thing that I found really fun is the Striker mirror. Playing Striker versus Striker, I find is super fun. So I think she's a cool character. I'm glad she's in the game. She got removed from the game. You want to hear me complaining, but still. I think she's a great character. It's cool that she's in the game. And yeah, I'm excited to see what more people can find out with her, because like I said earlier, people are still finding new stuff, new combos, new TODs, new optimal routes, so I do think Striker still has more potential that hasn't been fully unlocked, and it will be interesting to see what people find out. But now, as we're coming near the end of the video, let's see if we can... Oh god, there's a grenade. Let's see if we can get ourselves a win here. I don't think we're going to be able to, but we're going to try. Alright, I think we're dead. Oh, wait. There's still a hope. There's still hope. No, I wanted to grab. I did the wrong thing. Alright, well, that is GG's. But other than that, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and make sure to leave a comment below. Other than that, I will see you all next time. Peace out.